Hey guys, what is up? This is Jones from The Jones Show, bringing another video here today, and today we'll be talking about the best settings to use in Modern Warfare. Yes, they are subtle changes, but they'll make a big difference in your gameplay. I promise you that. Now guys, if you do find this video informative, you enjoyed it any type of way, consider subscribing guys. I would appreciate it immensely. Now guys, I do want to get this out of the way just before I do on every video. I do stream on Twitch Monday, Wednesday, Friday. When this video comes out, it will be Wednesday. If you check my Twitter, if you follow my Twitter, I put everything up there on the updates. I will not be live this evening because of some personal stuff that I have to get done and for a job interview that I have. So guys, anyway, getting into the video. I'm going to tell you the best way to optimize your gameplay on Modern Warfare with some settings changes. I promise these guys are going to help you out. And let's move on to the options right now and get into the controller tab. So on the controller tab, you see we have bumper jumper tactical flip. Now, button layout is a personal preference, obviously, but if you do not have a scuff, I at least recommend playing on bumper jumper because it's a close second behind scuff. My scuff is broken, so I have to switch to bumper jumper, and I barely missed a beat because of it. Obviously, I do a little bit different with tactical flip. I use my R3 as my crouch prone slide, and then I flip my triggers and bumpers to which ones aim and shoot. Okay, and you can do the same if you'd like. It's just my personal preference. Now guys, moving on to stick sensitivity. Okay, now I recommend this to be in between 4 to 8. This way you're still able to move around the map fast enough, and you're able to turn on people if you need to without worrying about your aim going absolutely all over the place. And obviously, me personally, I like 5.5. I don't see any point in trying to have like 5.4, 5.6. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Obviously, if you enjoy that, do it. But my recommendation is to at least whatever you do, if it's 4.4, 5.5, 6.6, 7.7, 8.8, as long as you have those equal, I think it's the best case scenario. Now, moving on to ADS sensitivity. Okay, now this changes your sensitivity when you're using different sights, obviously when you're aiming in. Okay, mine are currently at 0.8, and what this does is makes its sensitivity 80% as strong as my original 5.5 setup. When I'm zooming in, this makes it way easier to control while I'm zooming in. And in reality, guys, you really don't need too much speed when you're like looking left or right when you're already aimed in, because a lot of times you're already honed in on your target. So you don't need to really scan the map a lot. Obviously, when you go in and you zoom in, your target is near where you're obviously aiming, or at least I hope so in your case. All right, guys, now moving on to the aim response curve. I like dynamic. Now this is kind of confusing, so I'll explain why I chose dynamic for this. I'm going to show you in game why this is an important change to make, and I'm going to give you a physical representation of what I mean by that right now. Let's hop into the game. Okay guys, here we are on Shoot House, and I'm going to give you a physical representation of what I like about dynamic and why I think it's the best. Okay, so on dynamic response curve, what your response curve is, it basically changes how your input is put into your controller by the way of your thumbsticks. Okay, so when you're aimed into a target, such as this one I'm looking at, and you barely move your stick, okay, it's a lot less sensitive than what you're actually inputting into your right analog stick, and that gives you more precise aiming when aiming at a single target. And what I do like about this too is that if you want to snap on somebody right beside of it, it actually amps up the sensitivity to your actual regular sensitivity. So say you have 4.4, 5.5, 6.6, whatever it may be, your sensitivity is less sensitive when you're barely moving on a target, and when you snap halfway through it, your analog stick moves about halfway across its rotation or whatever, and it actually amps it up to flatline that same exact sensitivity that you're already using. Now, another thing that I like about this is that you have precise aiming like this. You can snap onto targets to your regular sensitivity like this, and say you want to snap onto a target like over here, it actually amps up the sensitivity past what your original sensitivity is. So you have precise aiming here. You can snap on using your normal sensitivity that you'd already have, your raw input essentially. And then if you want to go over here to your stop sign, whatever this sign is, do not enter sign, you can it actually amps it up to where you can snap on faster that way. So you have precise aiming right here, you flatline out to where you can snap on a target to the side of it, and then it amps it up completely so you can snap onto people that might be out of your line of sight. All right, guys, now that is it for showing you the physical representation of the dynamic S-curve, let's hop back into the settings. Alright guys, here we are back at the controller tab of the options setting. Now for controller vibration, you just don't need it. You just don't need it. It doesn't help you in any way, shape, or form, guys. It really doesn't. You just need to disable it. Honestly, that's all I'm going to get into that. Now aim assist, I just like standard precision and focusing. Just, they try way too hard to try to slow down, and then sometimes you have to be really precise. It's just, I like standard the best. I think it's the best. Obviously, weapon mount activation can be personal preference. Weapon mount movement exits. In other words, when you move, you get off your mount. Obviously, aim down sight behavior, hold. Okay, now on the movement here, slide behavior, you want this on hold because if you do put it on tap, you can't drop shot like maybe you want to. Auto move forward, you just do not want, you want all those disabled. Auto move forward, auto sprint, okay? Now, I like to put, getting onto the general tab, okay, for the brightness, I like this to be a little bit above the normal because you can see people in like dark places, corners, closets, whatever it may be, you can see them a little bit better. Now for the safe area, you want this as small as possible. And the reason why you want the small as possible is because you can see your gun, ammo, and mini-map, and it's all centered in the closest possible place. So in other words, you don't have to scan like a large distance left or right to see different things. It's all kind of in the center of the screen, and I like it the best. Film grain, you do not want film grain at all. Okay, obviously the rest of these colorblind, it's all personal preference, yada yada yada. Now for the audio, I like boost high. I think it's the best for hearing people. Obviously this game, you can hear people really far away, but I like boost high. I think it's the best. For master volume, put on 90. Music volume, I have no purpose of having that. Dialogue volume is just like, you have the AI troops or whoever say they're somewhere on the map, yada yada yada. On effects volume, I put this down to 20 because if you have like a VTOL or like a chopper or something, you literally cannot hear anything if it's like at 50. You can't hear your teammates in game chat. You can't hear people in party chat. You cannot hear anything. Okay, so I put that on 20 just so I can hear people. Obviously, like voice chat and stuff like that, that's all personal preference. There's no benefit to having that louder or quieter, I guess, in that sense. But guys, that was the end of the best settings video. And like I said, guys, if you found this video at all informative, helpful, you enjoyed it, consider subscribing, guys. And like I said before, I do stream on Twitch Monday, Wednesday, and Friday in the evening time. Now, guys, I am going to get off here. I hope you did enjoy this video, and I'm out of here. Peace.